problem with dipping your toe into the water. Conversations about mining. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Andrew. How are you going?
Yeah, good. Thank you. So today's video, we're talking about people that dip their toe in the water to test whether they can get a job or not, and then they struggle with getting that job again when they come back to it. You were just talking off camera about some people that you've had come through. So, yeah.
I've I've had quite a few people actually, and a lot of the time it's trade assistant or utility roles, which you think, oh, that's not too hard. They come, they get their resume done, they go like a bat out of hell, they apply, they follow all the instructions amazingly, and boom, they get offered, 2 or 3 jobs, and maybe they don't let the recruiters know, or they just do a no-show, or they think, oh well, this is easy, I don't actually want to do this now, I'm going to wait for 6 months or a year and I'll come back and do it then. And then when they do come back that 6 months or however long later, they go and do the same thing again, but it doesn't work because those recruiters remember you and they're like, nah, this guy or girl are a waste of time. I put them through a medical last time, they didn't show up, or they flew to site and then quit. So it really makes it hard, and it makes it hard for other people that are trying to gain entry-level roles too. You have to be ready. If you're going in, you're going all in, and you're committing to that role, even if it's for 3 or 6 months in a job that you don't really want to be in. Don't just get offered those jobs and think, oh well, this is easy, I can do this whenever, because that's not how it works.
No, and we have the same thing with the underground side of things. They get a lot of people telling them that they're going to relocate to where the mine is around the country, whether that be New South Wales or North Queensland or South Australia or over here in WA, and people dip their toe in the water and they make all the right responses and the recruiter wants to give them a go, but it doesn't end up happening for whatever reason, and then they come back 3 months later and the recruiter doesn't want a bar of them. And the reason that is because you've burnt a bridge with them, because they get lots of people telling them that they're going to do stuff and then not show up, unfortunately. So when you do decide to go, you've got to be all in on it. So if you're going to come over to WA to try and get a job and give yourself 2 weeks, you've got to be prepared to actually get the job. And what happens if you get the job? You can't sort of say to them, oh, well, I want it in 6 weeks' time. You have to take it there and then, because if you try and put it off, you'll lose the job. So you just have to have all that in place when you decide to go ahead with it. I think that's why people with rose-colored glasses do really well at getting jobs, because they're all in on it, sort of thing. They don't know what they're getting themselves into, but they're all in on it. But yeah, so you need to be all in when you're going for these mining jobs. You need to be prepared to take the job that you get offered, go and do your 6 months, and then move on to the next job from there. But yeah, I've come across, both Jess and I have come across a fair few people in the last 2 or 3 months that have tried just to test it, to see whether they can get a job, and then sort themselves out and come back and then be totally unsuccessful because they've burnt all the bridges testing the first time round. So don't do that.
No, don't do that. And it's also, I don't know whether, you like momentum or energetically, or the goals, or what you're putting out there for yourself. It comes up a lot in business and in setting goals professionally or personally. If you're not, you have to be all in. You have to decide that this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it, because otherwise it doesn't happen for you. And also the other thing on a similar note is people that go in for entry-level roles specifically. Applying, they go like a bat out of hell, they get that job. Oh, but actually I've got holidays coming up. I'm not going to be here for 2 weeks. I can't start for another month because I'm doing this or doing that. Too bad. Unless you're a skilled trade or an engineer or someone that they're chasing, you don't have the luxury of that. So make sure you are ready. Make sure you don't have holidays booked for the next 6 months. Make sure you're in the place you need to be in by the time you have to do a medical or start the job. Like Andrew said, don't just flit around wherever you are and think, oh, well, I can do that whenever I want. It's not how it works. You need to have some urgency about you. And they're definitely not going to wait for you to go on your holiday to start you into an entry-level role, especially not if you've managed to snag yourself something like an underground truck operator or a nipper role. They're going to be like, next, there's 20 other people here that we can put in there. So
and they need bums in seats.
Yeah, they do. So don't think you're so special that they're going to wait for you to go on your Bali trip with your mates.
Yep.
Get ready to apply, and then start applying and go all in when you are ready to start.
Yep, definitely. That's the best advice, is don't dip your toe into the water. Make sure that you're all right, and then jump in. When you're going to make the jump, make the jump. Yeah, do it properly, and be prepared. you got to remember the people that you're dealing with, the recruiters, they deal with a lot of failure with the entry-level people. So anything that looks like you're not 100% committed to it can put them off really easily. And dipping your toe in and then withdrawing and then coming back 3 months later, it just makes you look wishy-washy. And that's why, people have trouble with that. So we just wanted to do a video about that. Just letting people know. So yeah, if you've got any more questions about the industry you want to ask, please send them through. And if you could share this video around and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.
Thanks.